is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle, from the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Going deep for Hopkins. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Arizona.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's going to take another shot here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact,
and the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. They'll Wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road. And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult. Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead. And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level. This is Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On third down, Wilson. Finding some room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. There's Wilson to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle. Again, Wilson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll drop this one off to Swift. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll drop to throw. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. L.J. Collier. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Let's go. You tighten up. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle.
Throwing is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives. And you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let it go again. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Let's go.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. It's a big play there for Seattle. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
1st and 10, 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Pull down. 14.
Now Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. L.J. Collier able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well, because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big, big yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. From the 29, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zaven Collins. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down, and this one might be going the other way. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run on first down. Carson. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Rolling to his right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here we go. Shift.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
Hey, work. Right there in the middle, 55. Cut.
Wilson gonna throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Lockett. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll run with Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Swift, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
There. Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27.
Here we go, D.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
To throw on second and 10. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Pick it up.
From the gun, it's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27.
Hey, they scared. They scared.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Here we go, D.
To throw again is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. Swift's got the first down and then some.
And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line.
48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Fighting through, and he's got space. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Quick completion here to Johnson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. That escapes the sack. This will be caught at about the 6. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run the screen with Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. One last shot for Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick.
And the Cards come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Stay focused. Come on.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about this.